Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm spiritual coach, life coach, Coco, someone that just wants to help you out in this thing called life. Today, you guys, I just kind of wanted to come to you with a theory. I watched a video on Happy Thursday, by the way. We're in a Taurus full moon. It wasn't even an eclipse that we were having. We're having a super moon. So the moon is the closest to the earth right now. So what is Taurus energy? Think about what Taurus energy is as I am going to explain this theory to you that I just found out. I was just watching a video of spaghetti. I know it was just a random video of like spaghetti where they said, have you guys ever wondered why when you have a piece of spaghetti and you like push it towards each other and you try to break it, it always breaks into 3 pieces? And so you did an experiment where with multiple things, like when it breaks, it turns into 3 pieces. And I was kind of like, okay, very shocking. Why does it do that? And as I was listening more to the video, the scientist was saying because the recoil, is so strong that when you bend the spaghetti to break it, there's waves, there's shocks that come all the way down the spaghetti that comes back up and it recoils and it has it break usually like back at like the highest point of where the spaghetti is, or where you get it. So I was just like, that's very interesting because like in situations and with people, when we have issues with people, when there's conflict, when there's tension with people and it usually breaks, like you usually come with an idea of like what your perspective was, and then the other person will also walk away with what their perspective is of what happens in the moment, and then you guys have what actually happened in the moment, and that's that third part. And so I was like, okay, well, then they explained, well, do you want to know how you can actually have the spaghetti break without and just break it in 2 pieces and not 3 pieces? And it was, you had to twist the spaghetti and then break it, and then it would go like into 2 pieces. And that's a great example of, let's get into the first part. Again, you guys, if you like videos like this, please share, like, subscribe, book with me if you like, personal readings. I kind of like doing readings for people, but then it's kind of like I do a whole process. I clear out my energy. I make space in my life. I am just in my own zone. So let's talk about the 3 pieces. Like in this full moon and what we're about to experience, I think a lot of people have their own narrative. What you have your own narrative on what happened, and there's actually what happened in the middle. And a lot of people are going to get stuck in either one side. So what I said earlier when I was leaving the house, I was telling people, I wasn't telling people, I was talking to myself in the house. But I was like, I was like, God, it's Judgment Day today. Judgment Day was today. So yeah. And a lot of people didn't even think that Judgment Day was today. And I could have shared it and I didn't because I don't know, I'm not really into it. Didn't want to. But I really do feel like when we have conversations with people, it's always how they see it, how we see it, and what the actual truth is. So with this full moon and coming in, and I was saying how things are going to be like, it's almost like as the moon's hitting you and it's getting closer to you, you're illuminated and people can kind of see inside of you like an X-ray machine. And I really think a lot of people were thinking that there was going to be a whole bunch of like falsified narratives. There was going to be like, they could tell that like you're putting on a show. They thought there was like a whole bunch of like different masks and costumes that covered the true you of who you are, and they really felt like they knew that a lot of things in the past would break a lot of people, but the fact that it doesn't break you, it's almost like people are wondering how you always get this second breath of wind. So I was like, story's over. No, I want to get into like the second part. And I think for another group of you, because I'm not gonna lie, some people, they just don't want to have conversation with you because they can't twist the narrative because it's the truth. So all there is going to be the truth that you had, they had, and you know what was happening in the moment. And I really do feel like a lot of people don't really understand that when the truth is brought to the forefront, it's like a noodle starting all over. Now you just have a shorter point, and it can't be manipulated. So you have to be able to, both of you guys both have to be able to construe or contort like this conversation. And that's why conversations are so uncomfortable, and it's like this ebb and flow and tug and pulls, because when the truth is brought to the forefront, people don't have wiggle room to move it, so they just have to let go. And it's almost like you have the longer end of the stick and they have nothing, or they have the shorter end of the stick. And so I think there's going to be a lot of conversations where you're going to be able to be around people. Sorry, I'm feeling kind of like under the weather. I just turned my heat on, and like I just got home. I'm feeling a little under the weather. I'm having like little sinus stuff, but it was my fault. I was dressed like this on Halloween. Not like in this outfit. This is my outfit. You can't see my whole outfit, but she was like, I don't know what character that is. And I said, I have no idea, girl. I just put these two things together, and that's it. And that is all. I fuck with the people that are at my little shops that I be going to. But here, listen. So there is this energy around, there's some conversations that need to be cleared up, and people are going to think that they're going to be able to break the peace. Like they're going to be able to have a conversation with you, create a narrative, walk away from it, have the same perspective of you, and that's what's going to be it. And it's going to be you, what your truth, their truth, and what was happening with God. But that's not what's going to happen. The fact that you're the stick is this short, and you don't have any beef to pick with people, and you don't have anything to prove, all you're gonna do is twist it so you can ask them questions about what happened, so they can follow through on what they said. And it's gonna be around people, and I think people are gonna be very surprised that like they were making it out for you to be the bad guy, but they've been the person behind the scenes the whole time. They might have been talking about you. What am I getting? Bring me some specific narrative. Some people, something evolved around a red apple. What is that? Some people could have thought that you were just like an ordinary like red apple, and you're not. You're juicy Honey Crisp, nice Fuji apple. You know, you could be a tangy sour apple, green apple. And no, I'm really getting like when you guys have a conversation with this person, everyone's going to be so surprised, like, wow, that's not who you made them out to be. It's just like what these people are saying are not checking out with who you are as a person and how you show up. And you show up consistent every time is what I'm hearing. And when you're yourself, how else are you supposed to show up? So I don't think a lot of people like that, but I want to get a little bit more into the tarot. That was the message that I had for earlier, is things have to, when people don't want to, bring the truth to the forefront, there'll always be three pieces. They don't want to make amends. It's, you know, yeah. But when you do have, and I guess a better way to look at it is when you have issues with people and you don't have like the same perspective or come to like a middle ground, and you don't even need to come to a middle ground to like be on the same page to agree with each other. It's, you can agree, you can disagree, but you can not let it ruin your relationships, and you can still be cordial. So I think that when people have conflict, it's fragments of what's happening, right? That spaghetti is fragments. It's not always even fragments. Sometimes it's uneven. Sometimes people believe more. Sometimes people believe less. Sometimes people are emotional, and they, you know, that's why. But these fragments that are like in multiple pieces, there's multiple stories that are in the air, and it's very hard to tell which one's true, right? But when you just have two pieces, it's very easy to like choose a side of like, okay, this sounds more likable. We can dig into both of these sides. But when you have multiple fragments and multiple pieces, it's so hard to dig deep and to figure out what the truth is, especially if you're someone that wants to find the truth so you can do the right thing. But most people would rather side with certain situations that fit into what their agenda is. Agenda having ass. Okay, let me see. I didn't even shuffle the cards. Okay, weird. One of my cards is like falling apart. I don't even know how. Let's do a small prayer, okay? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Heavenly Father, ancestors, spirit guides, protective angels, higher self, lower self, and Mother God, thank you so much for being here and connecting with the collective. Today I'm going to be doing an oracle reading. If you let me know what is going on at an intuitive level and how the collective should be taking care of themselves, I would be ever so grateful. And if you're not called upon in this reading, you're not welcome. Amen. So I am going to do like a little oracle read. I don't know if they want me to grab another oracle, if they just want me to do like pull a card. I guess I'm just going to pull a card. I'm like, I guess I'm just gonna, but I didn't even shuffle these. Should I shuffle these? It said, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. They gave me the cards. They gave me the cards. They did. Okay. So. Sorry, there's nothing going on in the cards. I'm being dramatic. Maybe I'm not. I didn't even look at them yet. Okay. Okay. There could be some old love interests coming in that you're going to have to set something straight with. There's going to be some people who think that you're easy, and you're going to have to set the record straight. You're going to have to let people know that they don't got enough money. They don't got enough moxie. They don't got enough charisma. They don't have enough ambition. The motivation's not there. You're motivated. It's just not going anywhere. It's 5 miles per hour. Looking for a hot ride. A hot boy. A hot boy. Okay, no more of that. No more hot boys. But hear me, hear me, hear me. Hear me. Listen. There's going to be people that come back into your life because they see that you're living the life that you said you're going to be living. There's going to be people that come back into your life because they have to come back to apologize to you. There's going to be people coming back into your life because they're having like how life has been unfolding for them. They realize that you were somebody that was true. They're realizing that you were somebody, like I said, do what you say you were gonna do. Your words and your actions match. You might not have been the best communicator, but you at least try to you try the communication and you try to make it work, and you try to, okay, well, does this work? Is this what you're talking about? Is this what makes you feel comfortable? And the fact that you're so flexible and you're easygoing, you don't really you haven't been striking flags in other people's life like other people have for them, because there's been, again, this huge awakening of people really understanding like that anxious attachment style, that avoidant attachment style. And when you start to ignore things where your life is starting to get messed up externally, you start paying attention. Everything's a sign. The sun woke up today. It's a sign. You woke up today. Okay. Oh my God. That used to be me, bruh. Man, I would sit in my car. Like, oh my God, my days were so crazy that like I would sit in my car and I would look in the sky and I would look through my sunroof and I would just look in the clouds and I'm like, there has to be a sign. And I'm like, what is that? Is that a sign? Like, seeing it was a lot. You and this person could have been a twin flame. This person also might like a lotus flower. This person also might have like spiritual regal vibes. So like, if this person might go out and like people respect them without like them having to do anything. Like they just show up and things are just kind of like laid out for them. Kind of like you, but it's in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, you guys. I smoked a joint before. I had to get back to smoking because things were getting a bit deep. And if you have ADHD, if you know, you know. You can't let things get deep for too long because no one's coming to save you. Okay. So yeah, I want to say that this person... they just want to kiss you. It seems like this person just wants to be sexual with you because of, like, I'm getting from like this fish's lips. This person really likes your lips. So like they might want to like kiss you. Also, when you guys share DNA with people, like when you guys kiss, like sometimes it heals people. And also sometimes like people, they can give you diseases by kissing. That's why people have cavities sometimes. That's why a lot of women have cavities, because when they kiss men, men's saliva is more acidic, and they don't ever talk about that. So yeah, stop kissing. I'll try. I like to kiss. Someone's gonna come back though with like a lot of burdens. It's just like they're gonna come back and seeing if like you have any space for them to listen, right? They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is happening in my life. I don't know why he has these boots on, you know what I'm saying? Like something about these boots. Let me see. I don't know. Was this person in the military? This person has like big shoes to fill. What's going on with these boots? Spirit, please tell me about these boots. She says that these boots were made for walking. Okay, so this person wants to come back so they could step all over you. This person wants to come back so they can tell me about these boots, please. Please clarify these boots for me. Because these are like some fake ass, Tim ass, wannabe ass, like Peter Pan ass. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about these boots, man. Do you know somebody that wears boots? Do I know somebody that wears boots? I don't think I know anybody that boots. Please give me some clarification for these boots, please. I'm like, you guys are not gonna believe it, but like, I need to figure out. It's like kind of important to me now. Okay, only one card kind of flipped over, and that was the star card. Boots. Did somebody used to make fun of your boots? Is there someone making fun of your boots? What does that mean? Because I got the star card, and then I also have like this Seven of Swords, and that's just kind of like setting someone up, like kind of like making fun of them, trying to keep them in a trap, trying to keep them out of like, you know, a specific circle. This person is like boots. Oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to show that card. But look, this is like also the same person who's causing you strife and watching you like thrive was the same person who put you in the position where you had to like do this shit for yourself. So someone who's watching you right now, they are looking and they're like, wow, you're doing great for yourself. And it's kind of like, I want to be back in your life. But it's just like, I'm doing great for myself because I had to leave you to do this to be great, bitch. What are you talking about? Yeah. What's up with these boots? I don't know, you guys. This person's gonna seem very stable when they come in. This person's gonna seem like they have it together, like they you know, it's like let me see if this is a new person or an old person. Oh, I don't want to look at it. Spirit, please clarify if this is a new person or an old person. I'm really getting it's an old person. Ooh. Make the decision to move forward. It doesn't matter if it's a new person. I'm getting that the energy is like the same. So it might be a new person, but the energy is the same. It might be an old person, but the energy is the same. And when I say energy, I mean energy signature, meaning like it doesn't matter how many people that you meet, it's the same mother that you keep meeting. That's the energy signature. So you should make the choice to move forward, because it's something about this person can't fill the boots that, you know what I'm saying, they said that they could. And why are you wearing boots on the beach? So yeah, they're gonna talk a big game but not be able to back it up. You guys will be able to tell because like When people can't back stuff up, it's immediate. It's immediate. Because then either they stop promising things to you immediately and they stop and they're just like, okay, yeah, I'll let you know when I do it. Or there's somebody, usually people who are productive and active and motivated and self-motivated, you don't have to tell them to do anything and they're already doing things. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, it's going to be very, it's going to be a telltale, like, okay, I hear you and you're doing this, but it's also energy's a little off. I'm feeling a little drained. I'm not really feeling that. So I hope this message found you guys well. Sorry, you know, I just needed to come on and get it out because it was really the beginning message of like, if you're going to have any conflict with people, they're always going to try to misconstrue your message. But when you're trying to have like an agreement with people, you guys will contort the situation to make it fit so it can be two even pieces. It's like, okay, I hate you, boom. We don't understand each other. Okay, that's fine, boom. Okay, we don't have to be on the same page. We can agree to disagree. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like being on that same playing field is going to create two even playing fields, but having multiple fragments in the equation is going to create a lot of chaos and confusion and a lot of narratives that people can tell. So, yeah, if you guys like readings like this, be sure to book me down below. I have my Instagram linked, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.